Hey, what's up, everybody? The silver to gold ratio, is it still relevant today? Does the silver to gold ratio still matter? Or has it ever mattered, the silver to gold ratio? Well, I'm going to give you my updated opinion and thoughts, and I would like to hear your opinion in the comment section below. What do you think the silver to gold ratio should be? Would you consider trading your silver for gold? And at what point would you consider trading your silver for gold? In fact, I'm going to put a poll in the upper uh, right hand corner of this video. There's going to be a poll, and I'm going to have some options for you. What do you think the silver to gold ratio should tighten up to? What do you think it will tighten up? Not what you want to see it tighten up to, but what do you think it will at some point tighten up to? Um, and we're also going to take a look and see when the last time the silver to gold ratio, was it ever this wide? Was the silver to gold ratio ever this wide before? And the last time it was anywhere near 111 to 1, what did it do after that? So we're going to take a look and see. We're going to look at the historic silver to gold ratio as well. And maybe that will help us be guided to what the possibilities could be in the future. Now, we may not go back to what it was historically. One will never know, but we can speculate, we can assume, and that's all we can do. We can't, unfortunately, look into the future and know what the silver to gold ratio will do. But I'm going to give you my opinion as to what I think the silver to gold ratio will narrow to. So let's take a look. So the silver to gold ratio, right now, this ticker here is really not 100% accurate, but it's close enough. It's close enough. We're going to take a look at Kitco and see what the gold spot price is. Gold spot, according to Kitco, is $1,628, and on here it says gold is, so it's off about $20. It says it's 1646, but for this little experiment is close enough. So the historic gold to silver ratio, let's take a look at that. The gold to silver ratio. Now we're going to look at, in my opinion, this here from the 1940s is really not relevant to what we're talking about. But I think going back to 1991, when the silver to gold ratio was 96 to 1, I think this is relevant. 1991 really was not that long ago, but I think going back to the 40s, I think is kind of pointless. But going back to 1991, this was like the Gulf War, and the silver to gold ratio was 99 to 1. And in 1998, it went from, so in 1991, it was 96 to 1. And then it eased its way back down here in 1994, 77 to 1. 1997, again, 96 to 1. And then in 1998, it tightened, it narrowed to 49 to 1. Will it ever get to this range of 49 to 1 again? I'm going to leave that up to you to comment down below what you think. In my opinion, I'm just not sure it's ever going to get to 49 to 1 ever again. It's entirely possible to get to 49 to 1. I certainly don't think we're ever going to see 25 to 1. Really, I mean, we're never going to see 1 to 1. If we can be completely honest with ourselves, we will never see a 1 to 1 silver to gold ratio. we're never going to see most likely 25 to 1. We may never see 49 to 1. But the gold to silver ratio has been as high in the past as 99 to 1. And if we look here, it says April, even though it's really not April yet. Let's see. Um, but it says here that it was, here it's saying it's 90, 98 to 1. That was in February. But it's clearly over 98 to 1 now. It's around 111 to 1. I think it was as high as 123-ish to 1. So it has narrowed just a little bit. So this is the historic gold to silver ratio, and you can see um, this here is probably from 1979. This is probably a pipe dream, in my opinion. I don't think we're ever going to see these ratios ever again. But let me know in the comment section if you think we will see these levels ever again. I don't think so. Um, so for me, where do I think the possibilities of the gold to silver ratio could be? I think it's very likely that we could see 65 to 1, maybe 70 to 1, in my opinion. Now, um, take that for what you will. I'm not a financial expert, I'm not a financial advisor. Um, but that's just my opinion. Would I trade silver for gold at these levels? Probably not. Now, if silver were to go to 30 $30 an ounce, $35 an ounce, would I sell any silver? For sure, I would sell silver. If silver went to $30 an ounce tomorrow, but the silver to gold ratio was still 100-ish to 1, I probably would not sell my silver and buy gold. I would sell my silver and pay off some more debt, but I would probably not buy gold. Now when the silver to gold ratio were to get into the, say, 70 to 1 or 65 to 1, then I might purchase some gold later on down the line. But I would definitely not trade any of my silver in to purchase gold. But if the price is right, I have no problem whatsoever selling some of my silver and putting that towards paying off any debt that I might have. Because silver to me is like it's like a physical savings account. I always think that we should have a savings account in cash, and I like to have a savings account in physical precious metals. The cash savings account is just much easier to use, because of course if you have a physical savings account in silver, it may be preserving your wealth a little bit better at times in silver and in gold, but it's a lot harder to sell. You have to go to a local coin shop or you have to sell it to an online dealer. So that's why I like to have that cash savings account so that you don't have to necessarily sell your precious metals. But in time and need, if you do have to sell precious metals, at least we have that safety net, knowing that we do have that other physical precious metal savings account if we do have some sort of emergency, and if we don't have the cash on hand, at least we still have a savings account in precious metals. So that's my opinion on the silver to gold ratio. I do not think we're ever going to see, definitely in the 20s to 1, 30s to 1, probably not in the 40s to 1, maybe not even in the 50s to 1, but I do think at some point we could see 65, 70 to 1. If you asked me a couple years ago, I would have said we would definitely probably see 50 to 1, but I have changed my view. Um, Gold is just running off on its own, and it's doing its own thing. But let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Please vote in the poll as to what you think the silver to gold ratio will be in the near future, in the next year or two. Thanks a lot, everybody, for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe, and I'll talk to everybody on my next video. Thanks a lot, everyone.